I left the Hasidic community when I was 17 years old. I gotta say, in many ways, I'm worse off than, let's say, an immigrant that comes to the United States and tries to start a new life. Now, as we know, many people think that coming to America or immigrate to any other country, as millions and maybe billions of people did throughout history, not necessarily America. People immigrate to Europe, people, the whole continent of America, not just the United States. Everybody here, except for the Native Americans, are immigrants. So the reason why people immigrate is to get a better life and a better future for the generations. Now, the reason why I'm saying that immigrants are better off in many cases is because they come obviously from a lower lifestyle. They had less. It's obviously a scale, right? What are you comparing it to? What means less? It depends in the time in history and the specific country and circumstances they come from. But in this case, what I mean by less is that when they come to America, they have more. So let's say they come from some third world country, and they had less food, less they had to work a lot to get the same amount of lifestyle, and now it's better, right? So they living life, they're enjoying. They might have, compared to the other people in America, they might have a really hard, or some people might consider it a bad life, but to them that's an upgrade from where they come from, and they wake up every day excited to go and clean garbage or whatever their job is, right? As we see many immigrants, specifically the working, right? As we know, like, there's different visas. You can get a visa if you are like a rocket scientist. America might want to give you a visa to come because you're very educated and a useful skill. But if you're just a laborer, as many immigrants, even Jewish immigrants who came, they first worked in the garment district, I think. They were sewing, I think it's, you say it in English. So yeah, they also had like the lower, as they say, immigrant type of jobs. So yeah, all I wanted to say is that many times I feel I'm worse off. Now, the thing is that just because that's how it feels doesn't mean that this is not the right thing to do, because this is a path forward. I could have stayed in the comfort zone and had that higher quality lifestyle, and then pass it on to the next generation, or I could have I broke the cycle. That's what I did. So I chose to get a better life. But unlike a regular immigrant, because at the end of the day, I'm an immigrant in this country at this point. But unlike a regular immigrant who immediately feels better, and it only gets better, their kids go to college, the immigrants' kids, and they get a better life. In my case, not only mine, most people who will leave the Hasidic community, it's going to be a big downgrade. I was first homeless. I'm not homeless anymore. But it is a path. It's going to get better. It's hard to measure. Many times I'm thinking, is it even getting better? But then I really have to remind myself I was homeless. But then on the day-to-day basis, it might feel hard. And also, I'm always reminding myself about the Jewish metaphor of don't run away right before they start serving the food, which means you've been struggling and waiting for the food let's say at a restaurant all this time, and now right before they're about to serve it, you're like, you know what, I'm tired of this, I'm leaving, this is not working out, I'm done. That might be the thing. I don't know. There's not a lot of people who left the same community called Curious Joel. It's like a cult located in upstate New York. There's not a lot of people who come from the same circumstances. So yeah, my face is a little red today because it's hot. Yeah, that's the story. So did I get my point across in 5 minutes? I think so. The point of this video is that in many ways I'm worse off than an immigrant, but I know it's gonna get better, and it's with a point. But it's very messed up that I have to go through all of this, because it was created by design to keep me in the rat chase, to stay in the cult. That's how the cult created their retention mechanisms. For example, by not teaching you English or exposing you to the outside world, you become very dependent on it. So leaving will be a downgrade in many aspects, not only because you all of a sudden become immigrant status, even as far as actual status, right? In society, I'm a little bit like an immigrant, which is in every country, whether you like it or not. Specifically outside of America, some countries, immigrants are the lower class people, right? But even as far as like an immigrant automatically is lower status because they're not educated. Just the fact they don't speak the language, a lot of opportunities is missed. It's harder for them to make friends and be social and have the girlfriend they want, all because of their lack of, being native to that society. So I appreciate you watching the video. Please subscribe, like. See you next time. Peace.